What up, y'all? I'm back with another video. Today I wanted to talk about is the narcissist happy with the new supply? With the new supply. The new battery. They just got a new battery for their car. Are they happy with the new battery? Well, you're always looked as an object when you're talking about the narcissist. But let's talk about it. Let's go in. So, with the narcissist, when you discard them or they discard you, usually when they discard you, you may be in unfamiliar territory if you've never been with a narcissist and you're kind of just waking up to this, but you may be somewhat under the assumption that at least something's going on, because they're very difficult to get along with, and you've probably given them just about every tear you got and every ounce of sweat and blood that you have, and it didn't work. So what's gonna do it now? But you still kind of, they have a way of breadcrumbing you and pulling even more out of you sometimes, and you can be scratching your head like, oh my God, I didn't know I had this much in me, because you think in a weird way you can't live without them. Not necessarily that they're the one as much as you can't live without them. I think that's how I've felt in the past. And it doesn't take very long sometimes for you to get enmeshed with them and feel this way. They have a way of doing it because they have some, they have a lot of things helping them out. Seductive, tools and negative energy inside of them that helps them with this sort of stuff. So the narcissist always has to have a scapegoat and a golden child. If you've grown up in a narcissist relationship and in a narcissist household, you're going to find that this is the case, and if you're watching this, you're going to be the scapegoat. And I don't know if you've noticed, but when they have supply and they've done a discard, or you have discarded them regardless, they're going to jump to a new supply because they always have supply and they can never be alone. So they're either going to jump to new supply because you discarded them, or you were discarded and they jumped to new supply. And the reason for that is probably because you have probably got to a point where you were running out of supply and you started getting more real with them. You started really getting more combative is what I call it, but that's not in terms of, physical or emotional or anything, but you're just getting to a point. To them, it's like emotional combativeness, because they can't handle the you saying no. They can't handle you trying to explain to them that they are wrong in a situation, because they are supposed to be kings and queens, and they just are supposed to be perfect gods in their own mind, and you're the mere peasant in their life, to jump when they say jump, and to ask how high, and wait for an answer. It's almost like, you don't breathe until you're told to, and they can get you trained up in this sort of environment if you're not a healthy individual, or if you've grown up in this kind of, background, or you've just been enmeshed with them for a long period of time. Long enough to give your heart up and to fall into these traps, because it happens slowly. But they always have a scapegoat and a golden child when it comes to the relationship as well. So if you've been discarded or you discarded them, then, you know, you're going to be the scapegoat, and their new supply is going to have to be the golden child. And that's why a lot of times what you'll find is that the golden child is, well, you'll see that when they're with the new supply, that they're going to be doing sometimes all of the things that you wanted them to do with you. And the reason for that is because they're not really part of humanity. I'm talking about the narcissist, not the new supply. The new supply is a victim or a target, however you want to look at it, or which will probably be a potential survivor in the future, like you are, but and a warrior. But they are not part. I always say the narcissist is in humanity, but not part of humanity. They do not act like us, because they are not us. They are a separate race, all to themselves. And if you stay with them long enough, if you've grown up around them, if you've awoke to them, because there is a spiritual awakening that will take place if you're around this stuff long enough and you're in tune to what's really going on, you're going to find that your life will change forever. And you're going to find that there's a lot of people out there that are not just toxic, but they are almost emphatically a different race than us. Hard to explain, but at least on a spiritual note, no doubt. But even in their physicality, I mean, just the way they operate there on their emotional level, they are not humane at all. And they have a very good way of putting that facade up, especially to others that are not in the relationship, in an intimate relationship with them, and have running on a covert level in this whole world system. But nevertheless, you will become the scapegoat, and for you to be the scapegoat, they have to do anything and everything to make you want them, to make you regret your decision, or regret if you were discarded the way that you treated them, by saying no to them, by, you know, calling them out, whatever it is, or discarding them because you said to yourself that I could do better on my own. That's putting you above them. They don't like that. If they're a god and they're walk in perfect perfection and can do no wrong, because they were probably a golden child growing up in their own life, in their own right, then, you know, how could you discard them? It completely destroys their false mask, you know. But not only if you discarded them, but I mean, if you were discarded, well, then you were starting to destroy their false mask by calling them out, or by not giving them enough supply, treating them what they would call mistreatment or maltreatment or whatever. So now you're going to see them treating the new supply to all the things that you wish that you had or asked them to do, but now they're doing it with them. Well, why wouldn't they do it with you? Well, they're not doing it with you because they know if they do it with them, that you're going to regret even more that you operated and acted the way that you did. Okay, and this again is causing you to become attuned to breadcrumbing, which means every cycle and every opportunity that the narcissist has with you, they want you to expect less and less from them, and they want to expect more and more from you. So now that's why in cycle 2, whenever they do come back, now you're just happy to get them back. And if you walked into their traps, you've regretted the way that you said no to them, or said or called them out last time, and you want them to stay longer. So now you're going to expect less and less from them. Okay? And this gives them the opportunity now for them to almost freely cheat on you and do things like this. And even if you found out, you're still not, in some cases, in a lot of cases, some of you guys, you know, we all fall in these traps, but may just act like it didn't happen. And these are the reasons why, because they continually break you down. It's insidious. And at some point in time, over years and years, or long months, or decades, that's why when you turn around and look at yourself, you're looking at yourself like, oh my God, man, what have I turned into? You have no boundaries. I mean, the narcissist could walk all over you and you're still going to be like begging them for them to stay, or, you know, breadcrumbing you. I mean, the crumbs that you're living off is ridiculous. And another thing is they are a full-time job, just taking care of them, giving them supply, looking out for them. What can I do? Let me jump on this, you know, hamster wheel again and run faster. Let me just do more. You know, let me make it more perfect for them. More cush for them. No. You're taking a maladaptive person, a person that thinks they're a god and a king or a queen, and you're making them believe that false mask more. That's why being with the narcissist, if you want to help narcissists, for you to leave and never come back. And so this is what happens. And if you continue to want them during this time with the new supply, you're feeding them, and the new supply is feeding them. They're getting double the supply. They'll take negative or positive supply, and I used to have a hard time with understanding like negative supply. You would think that, you know, because I mean, a lot of times, I mean, I had a hard time with the negative part, you know, because like, I don't know, I always felt like that in my case, I would always want positive like energy, you know, if anything. But they'll even take the anger that you have for them, or the, you know, or the sadness that you have for them, you know, because you living in regret. You're falling apart. They're looking at you like, oh my God, yeah, I'm awesome. Look at them, they want me, but they can't have me. But now if you walk away and you don't give them the time of day, and you get yourself together and iron your clothes every day and start acting better, you know, working out and doing new things with new people, getting new hobbies, doing stuff like that. Now their false mask is falling off, man. You're shaking that shit off. Okay? They don't know what to do, because now they're living in regret that they either dumped you or allowed you to dump them. But now when you're on the other side of the regret, they're getting double supply. They're getting supply from you and supply from the new supply. They don't give a shit about you then. So if you want to, you know, we always talk about, like, you know, how can you make the narcissist feel bad? But, you know, at the same time, I always say you don't want to live like that, because if you live like that, then, you know, you're not healed. You're not healing. But sometimes in the beginning, you're going to feel that way, like, oh, I got to get the new supply. I mean, I got to get the narcissist back, or I want them to feel bad. And I mean, we all understand that on this channel. I mean, because we've all been there at one point early on in our discard, or being discarded, or, you know, just figuring out, you know, the beginnings of what narcissism was and what's really going on. You're kind of like trying to like process everything, and it's a hard pill to swallow, and you're dealing with all of the negative energy that you took on, because they projected onto you unbeknownst to you. So you're walking around with their crappy energy, and you're wondering why you're lashing out on people, you know, after the discard, and you and acting outside of yourself, and you're impatient, and you know, you might be saying things offhand that you normally do. It's because they threw their energy onto you, and unbeknownst to you, and they walked away with your energy. They went and got the new supply with your energy. I call it sin soul energy, is what they threw on you. And they take your good soul energy. But, you know, that's something, that's my own term, because I feel like they take the gut of your, you know, holiness and walk away with it. And that comes from your soul. They hollow out your soul. And if you stay with them long enough, you'll become like them. They'll never be able to infiltrate you because they've been infiltrated by deep, dark entities. And a lot of times you know, that stuff happens either if it does happen at a very young age or at a time I don't know, they speak on trauma. I don't sound like gunshots. Anyway, I'm not worried about it. But anyway, but they can get at you, so they can hollow you out and make you a soul of a man, a soul of a woman, or you know, a hollow shell of a woman, I should say, hollow shell of a woman, or a shell of a man. But you will look, like I said, the outer version. You'll look like them on the outside, as they feel on the inside. And that's why when you get out of there, when you got to have a relationship with the narcissist, you've been doing 24 hours a day, a job, taking care of them. So you probably look like shit. Okay? So you need to get it together. And you need to never allow yourself to get in a position like that again. Because you need to love yourself. You need to care about yourself. You need to put down your boundaries, damn it. And stand on your own 2 feet. And have some independence to you. I'm just talking like this because I need to build you up, because you don't need to be like that. You don't, because they turn you into a loser. They're losers, man. They got raised as a loser. They ain't never gonna be shit. So, not to be cussing out here, but I'm kind of passionate about this, because they will take you down to such a low level before you even know it, and they have planned to do this. Meanwhile, they have people in the background that they've been cheating on you with, laughing at you and mocking you in the background, unbeknownst to you, out to destroy you while you've given them everything. So how you feel now is one thing, but you got to process it. Sometimes you got to go to counseling. Sometimes you got to sit down and write a letter to the narcissist just to get those feelings out, because those feelings got to come out of you, and you don't want to lash out on people until you get out of this toxic energy that's inside of you that they threw on you that you didn't know about. Sometimes writing it down, speaking it, talking about it, going to counseling, going to therapy session. Sometimes you got to get on medications for a time. But, you know, praying, meditation, all of that. But yeah, you got to purge that energy. I always say you got to let it burn out of you. You know, it's like fuel. You got stuck with their negative fuel, and it's got to burn, right? Fuel burns. You got to let it burn out of you. But that's what happens. So they take them on trips you want to go on. They treat them right. They treat them excellent, and at least on what it looks like in pictures and stuff. They have the most amazing pictures they take with them, right? And you're seeing all this. Don't look at their social media. But yeah, if you turn and you give them no feelings, no emotion, you smile and you pick yourself up and you get yourself back together, and you don't give them not a moment of your time, they will not know what to do. They will be focused back on you, and they will be trying any and every which way to get you back. That other supply that they're with, they will eventually, within several months, most of the times, that will be falling apart just like yours was. And you're going to watch that just disappear into dust, because everything the narcissist touches turns to dust. And this relationship will too. And if anything, you want to thank the new supply, because they just took on your biggest burden. They just took the devil from you. You want to shake their hand, but you never want to alert the new supply, because the new supply is going to be all gassed up, ready to kick your ass, because they've been told all kind of bad things. Everything they've done to you, they told the new supply you were doing to them. So you were a golden child at some point, and when you discarded or got discarded by the narcissist, they made you a scapegoat, and now the new supply is the golden child. So that's all for today. I hope this out there helps somebody. I love you guys. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like, give me a subscription, smile, because we're leaving the narcissist, and hopefully we're never coming back. So soldier up, stand tall, peace out, love y'all, peace.